Hey guys, Level Cap here. Today we're going to be breaking down a new vehicles trailer from Battlefield 1. And right off the bat, we get a little bit of footage of the light tank, but it seems to be firing a different projectile this time around. In addition to that, the LANDSHIP is on fire. Maybe some different incendiary rounds flying through the air. We're also getting a first-person view of what is most likely a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. We don't know if it has the machine gun sidecar, as we have seen in other trailers. Here we get a better look at the scout vehicle that we saw in the weapons trailer. This is a Dodge M1918 light repair truck that seems to be modified with a machine gun mount. Will it actually serve some form of repair function, or will it more likely just be a scout vehicle? We've then got a sweet aerial combat scene showing off some new plane skins. We've got the Fokker in the foreground with a yellow top wing, which is different from the green body with the black and white top wing from the Alpha, and also the red coloration from the trailers. And then in the foreground, I believe we're looking at the Bristol F2, which was already in the Alpha, but we get a nice red and white skin for it. And I just love the customization element with the airplanes. That was actually a big part of World War I, and seeing it in the game is going to be awesome. Here we've got a bunch of stuff going on. First of all, the player is shooting from an artillery truck, a new vehicle in the game. And then the first victim of this clip was actually carrying a BAR Browning automatic rifle, a very famous weapon from World War II, but it was actually first used in World War I. Now the second soldier in this clip is carrying what I believe is a new heavy SMG, and I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the name because I'll just mess it up. I'll put it here on screen. This guy shot 9mm Steyr rounds. It was belt fed and had a water cooling jacket. I cannot wait to try this thing out in game. Next we get a glimpse of a desert map as the Mark V tank comes over the ridge. There's two train cars behind the base, which might insinuate that this is going to be a map with the train behemoth, but then at the upper right we see what I believe is the silhouette of the dreadnought. Also, the new arrow marker above the flag seems to indicate that this is a different game mode from Conquest. Here we get to see the Mark V sporting its all-new sexy white skin. I can't imagine it's going to stay too clean in the trench warfare of World War I. And then we get another clip showing off the MG15NA. However, this looks like it's the low-weight version as opposed to the one with the suppressor device in the weapons trailer. Next up, we've got the FT light tank, but it's got a different turret on top from what we've seen in the Alpha. This time it's equipped with a semi-automatic turret. This is the FT75BS variant. Now this clip here is showing us a different configuration of the LANDSHIP Mark V tank with 5 seats instead of 3, so there's going to be different ways to configure this tank. In addition to that, the same trailer is showing us the heavy tank with 5 seats and then one with 6 seats, so it seems like every tank is going to have some pretty cool customization options. Next we get another little monitor clip of a desert map that looks very large and also has some train tracks. Then we get our first actual in-game clip of the Sopwith camel on somebody's tail, and later we actually get a first-person pilot perspective from the same plane. And to top it off, we get a Sopwith camo with a yellow and black skin, and it's even got rockets on the wings. I cannot wait to try out these rockets. Hopefully they'll start to make the air interact with the ground in a little bit more serious way. Now we've been catching little glimpses of this plane throughout the trailer so far, but this is the first up close of the Italian Caproni CA5 bomber. Next we get some cool user interface reveals, this showing the spawn location for a horse. So we all know that there's going to be horses in the game, and now we know how to get them. We can also make out a little trench knife down in the corner, in case you guys were wondering about knife customization. Next we get a glimpse into the further customization of airplanes. Here we can see that the attack plane has the option to put rockets on it, and then we also have an alternative pilot weapon to the C96. This is the Peeper revolving carbine. Here we've got an up-close look of that cool white camo for the Mark V, but we're also looking at the Frommerstopp auto handgun, and it's not actually fully automatic, it's only semi-auto. Next we're looking at the heavy tank here, but if you look down one you can see that there are different packages, and this seems to be how you're going to configure your actual tanks. Some people also seem to think that this image suggests that there's a flamethrower option on this tank. There actually might be, as flamethrowers were mounted on tanks at the end of World War I. Here we get a nice beauty shot of the Sopwith Camel, again showing the customization options for this vehicle, and then after that we have the Italian Caproni bomber. I'm actually really curious to see how the seat positioning affects the heavy bombers and which ones might be better at fighting air versus fighting ground. Here we get to see a bit of the Dodge Scout vehicle in action, and it definitely looks fast-paced. I don't know if it feels like World War I, but it feels cool. Here we get to see from the perspective of the artillery truck absolutely wrecking a light tank. It also looks like it has some sort of secondary weapon, a potential repair function, and then also the ability to poop out landmines like some of the other tanks. Anyway, that wraps it up for this trailer breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you saw anything that I missed, please let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.